Hello, I thought I would give you a quick Bluffer's guide to Minecraft and all the stuff that's going on in the Minecraft world at the moment, namely the movie and the experience, both of which I have now done. I'll talk more about Minecraft the game another time because, well, in short, it is a phenomenon. If you don't know, if you haven't seen it, trust me, it is one of the greatest creative endeavours of the modern world. I've seen the joy that it's brought to my kids. It's just great for all the reasons that most other computer games are not. And it's for that reason that it is the biggest selling video game of all time. And so bringing the world of Minecraft to fans in another format, like an experience or a film, is going to be exciting. So first, let's talk about a Minecraft movie. Puzzlingly bad is how I would summarize it. I mean, my kids loved it. And what's weird is the atmosphere in the cinema was also like really exciting because there were lots of teenagers in there who were joining in with parts of the movie. They were shouting out lines. They were waiting for things in the movie to happen. And then they would get excited about that. There's, if you don't know what a chicken jockey is, look it up. It's a thing. There are certain lines that they were joining in with. There is a song. A song about a lava chicken. In fact, I think it's called Lava Chicken, which has been doing the rounds online. I believe it's been in the music charts, even though it's only about 30 seconds long and it's not very good. But because these teenagers have seen all these memes online, they're able to join in with the film as it's playing out. And it was quite a weirdly brilliant atmosphere to have in the cinema. I haven't seen anything like that, I don't think, since the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's that kind of vibe. So my kids had a great time. The teenagers had a great time. There have been accounts, I think, of teenagers getting, more rowdy, throwing popcorn and then trying to get themselves thrown out of the cinema and filming them themselves getting thrown out. That's a thing you do on TikTok, apparently. We didn't have any of that. The atmosphere, great. The movie, really quite bad if you're watching it as an adult. I mean, visually, it's everything that you would want it to be, but the acting is unusually bad. Jack Black is just shouting all of his lines. He's shouting every single line like this, almost like the script is so terrible that he has to dial up the Jack Blackness to maximum just to try and make these lines work. Jason Momoa is in there as this weird character. I believe he's doing something called acting. And the child actors are all right. But basically, it's like a bad pantomime, to be honest. There are lots of scenes of running and shouting and face pulling. That's almost as bad as Ron Weasley's in the first Harry Potter film. I asked you if you wanted me to review it on social media in a word. You said yes, and so I said CBBS. And actually that's an insult to CBBS, which is also one of the greatest achievements of the last 20 or 30 years. The acting in this is strangely poor. I would say the film is a mix of the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Return of the Jedi. Reasons being, Rocky Horror, it's an event. You're calling out, you're joining in with the lines, and so the actual feeling in the cinema is this big communal fun bus. And it's a bit like Return of the Jedi because as an 8-year-old child, I thought that film was brilliant. It was my first cinema experience. I was so excited. It had spaceships, it had explosions, it had teddy bears. I came out and it had just blown me away. When I watch it back as an adult, it's not that good. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think of a Minecraft movie? And what do you think about my views of Return of the Jedi? Well, I'll probably get some hate for that. Okay, so that's the movie. Then there's the experience, which is on in London at the moment, the Minecraft experience. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was, I would say it's in the middle. It's definitely one for the fans again. So it takes place in a building which has been split into several rooms, and you move between rooms in groups of about 20. So you spend a set amount of time in each room and you have to achieve a task while you're in there. And basically there are projectors that project the world of Minecraft onto the floor and the wall. So it does feel like you are in Minecraft. A bit. I mean, I've done a lot of 3D projection experiences in my life. This isn't the best, but for someone who hasn't done it before, especially for kids and fans of Minecraft, yes, it does feel like you're in Minecraft. And it's motion sensitive, so you can do things and mine things and stand on things on the floor and collect them. And the task that you all have to achieve in each room is very vague. I don't think it actually matters, but it's explained to you by a guide, by a real human person who's in there wearing a microphone and a speaker, and they explain what you have to do. My technical critique is that it's quite difficult to hear their explanation, and that's mainly because I think they're speaking fast because they want to get through it as quickly as possible so you can have as much time in the room as possible, and also you can kind of hear what's going on in other rooms as well, because again it feels a little bit temporary. The walls are somewhat thin, and also the explanations of the tasks are very Minecrafty. So if you don't know the game, you might not get what you have to do. Again, one for the fans, one for the kids. It does feel a little bit like you're on a production line because you have to move between rooms, in a set amount of time, and then at the end you're ejected into the gift shop and then out into the night. And the whole thing lasts about 45 minutes, I think. One for the kids, one for the fans, I would say. Again, it happens in a place in London called Canada Water, which I'd never been to before. It's actually quite nice. It looks quite space age at night. And the actual building that the experience is part of is called Corner, which is this kind of cool community space. It's got a cool food bar in there. It had a stage where they were just setting up for live jazz. And it has a hydroponics food growing area where you can see all this salad growing under LED lights. So in the summary, I am a bit surprised at how the Minecraft experience and the movie weren't as great as maybe I expected them to be. Reason being, Minecraft is an absolute Leviathan, and I kind of expected it to only do things that were exceptional. Especially seeing as the movie has been talked about for such a long time. I wouldn't have thought Minecraft and Mojang just needs the money. That said, the movie has taken an awful lot of money. It reminds me of Moana 2 in that respect. The film doesn't have to be good as long as you've got a massive fan base to buy tickets. So I am choosing to think of both the film and the experience in the same vein as I think of all the other Minecraft merch. Whether or not you like them, the underlying products, the essence, the magic of Minecraft is still extraordinary.